Good morning, this is Uncle Larry B, and we're going to go for a bike ride today. So I'm going to put my helmet on and hang on, and here we go. Okay, here we go. We're in Fort Myers, Florida, and we're going for a bike ride on February 26th, I believe, or 27th. It's going to be 84 degrees today, so I thought I'd go now, which is about 9:45 in the morning, because I got stuff to do later. So here we go. This is a really pretty subdivision with a lot of different styles of houses. One of the requirements is that you have to have a tile roof. There have been a couple of people get away with putting in a metal roof, but I don't know how they did it. Buenos dias. Showing off my Spanish a little bit. We got the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worry and your strife. We got the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Simple bare necessities of life. There's a side street, and let's check out what's going on here. In this section, they have adapters for their mailbox poles where they can fit flags in them. They do not have that in our section. Too bad. Up ahead here's a beautiful American flag. And here's where a Florida state policeman lives. Probably working the night shift, so his car is home during the day. Florida is one of the places where they let the policemen drive their cars home. And there's a house with a metal roof. Somehow they were able to get away with putting up a metal roof. We got a walker up ahead of us. We've got to be careful not to get hit from behind. Good morning. This is about the most dangerous part because it's narrow. There's always a bunch of cars riding here, so I kind of ride on the edge of the gutter here. There's a little butterfly garden that they made for the kids. And there's some golf cart paths. My grandkids usually like to ride right before dark, and they ride on the golf path so they can go way back in there and experience all the fun the kids do in the evening when they're exploring. You see a lot of convertibles. A lot of men in their second childhood That probably includes me. Now here's the clubhouse. In this clubhouse is where my daughter had her wedding reception. If you see the camera jerk, sometimes I nod my head to the drivers to say hello. That could be one reason. Morning. Here's one of the ponds. They have a bunch of ponds in the subdivisions, and there are gators in these ponds, so keep our eyes peeled for a gator. Hope we see one. There's a golf driving range. Once in a while there's quite a few golf balls on this road, so I stopped and picked them up in the past. Now we're going to go over a little tiny bridge. There's another pond out there. You can see some birds, some turtles. When I can, I usually go a little bit earlier than this. People have already walked their dogs this morning, I believe. So, here's somebody up ahead of us riding a bike. I know an old guy who rides a bike like that. I don't know if that's him. Gosh, I forget his name. See if he knows me. Could be a woman, actually. Morning.
Morning.
Okay, here we go again. Here's somebody with a big backyard. Just putting a lot of big stones back there. Maybe they're gonna have a fire pit or a fireplace. There's a lady walking her doggy. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, thank you. Guy that lives in this brown two-story has a Suburban just like mine. Morning, how you doing? Good. Good morning. Okay, now we're gonna head back down this boulevard to the right. I'm gonna turn off the camera for a few minutes and then we'll turn it back on again once we see something worth seeing. Okay, we're gonna get ready to start up now. They're playing pickleball over there. We're gonna go into this next subdivision. We're gonna look both ways here. Looks pretty clear. The homes in this subdivision are just a hair larger. Once you get toward the back, they're larger, but they're still pretty nice homes. That's a live oak tree right there, called live oak. These people just got a new roof. There's several live oaks. They're a pretty tree, but they drop a lot of leaves. They're a pain in the butt to keep clean around them. It's a very enjoyable bike ride here in late February in Fort Myers, Florida to be exact. Now straight ahead, this house with the orange roof is the one that Deion Sanders bought for his mother. It's one of the most expensive houses in here. Yep, this is the house that Deion Sanders bought for his mother. Nice home. Shows you what a good guy Deion Sanders is to buy something like that for his mom. Houses on the left are on the golf course and behind them, and the houses on the right, once we turn on this street, are going to have a golf course behind them also. So typically here you either have a pond or a golf course. This house here on the right is one of the biggest houses in Gateway. I don't know who lives there, but they have an ugly flag in their yard. God forgive them for having such an ugly flag. And there's the golf course right behind them. So behind all these houses on the right is the golf course. lot of these people drive way too fast in here, like that guy did. Just went around a tiny little cul-de-sac. I usually ride around all the cul-de-sacs if I can. Now, there's a golf course out there behind those houses. People out there playing golf. Up here on the left, just on the other side of the pond, there's a white house that's like a northern house. I think it's the only house in here or around here that's actually got siding on it. Got a metal roof and actual siding. This house here has what they call barrel tile. They're kind of round on the top, called barrel tile. Better be careful here, I'll be running into a car. A few months ago, I came within about a hair's breadth of running into the back of a stopped pickup truck because I was looking around. This house has got flat tile. Let's go around this little cul-de-sac. Here's a couple of royal palms. You can tell because they have real smooth trunks. Real smooth and light color. Royal palms. This is one of the bigger houses in here too. 2 stories all the way around. Nice big house. And up ahead here is cul-de-sac with some relatively big houses in it. We'll look at this one first. Now this one. These guys are always having parties. And then this house here is really a big house. Now we're going to head back again, and I'm going to turn the camera off for a few minutes because we've already seen this stuff. Okay, here we go again. See us. There's a big live oak tree. Pretty good sized one. I'm going to turn left here. Down here a little ways are 2 of the tallest palm trees. You'll see them up there? Big tall palm trees. Actually 4 of them. Big tall palm trees. Alrighty then. bike ride is 7.8 miles, but it's a fun, beautiful bike ride. Who wouldn't want to be looking at this instead of gray skies and snow? Stick with old Uncle Larry B. I won't steer you wrong. These live oaks look pretty darn healthy. You can see my shadow with the camera on top of my head. Just in case you wondered, I'm 73 years old, not in very good shape, too fat, but I try. Oh, they're going to have new tile on their roof. That's the white plastic stuff they put on before the tile. Now, since this road is fairly rough, once I get past these ladies, say hi for the camera, ladies. Hi. Hi.
So I'll talk to you in an hour.
Everybody wants to be a ham. Maybe they're just being friendly. So the road is pretty rough here. These stones are just sort of a bunch of little small stones stuck together. So if I ride in the curb here, or in the gutter, that's where it's a lot smoother and a lot easier pedaling. Granddaughter Claudia will attest to that. Morning. Or not. Some people are friendly. Actually, most say hi. Some of them have their heads up there. You know what? And they wouldn't say hi to you to save their life. That's just the way people are, isn't it? Today is trash day. A lot of people, well, actually today is the day for plastics and stuff. But on trash day, a lot of people throw away things that are really still pretty good. And if you're inclined to drive around and look at stuff, which I've done only once, you can probably get pretty good stuff for free, I would suspect. Dang, it's 19 minutes to 11 right now. So, gotta keep moving. There's some more live oak trees. They're the ones that usually have the Spanish moss hanging from them. Okay, we're going to take a left here. And this house you can see up ahead, the two-story, the guy is the air traffic controller at RSW. His name is Rob, and his wife's name is Megan. They're nice people. And down at the end of this road, there's a guy who's a OBGYN oncologist. He's probably got the most desolate house in the subdivision. He's got a long driveway. And here's where Rob and Megan live. See some Spanish moss hanging from that tree. Don't see a ton of it around here, but see some. We're going to go straight now. We did come in from that right direction, but we're going to go straight. There's another pond. any gators in that at first look. We're going to take a left turn here. Most of the people are at work already. Some of these people still have tarps on their roofs from Hurricane Irma, which was almost 3 years ago. And they still haven't had their insurance companies give the okay to get it fixed yet. Pretty sad. This tree kind of looks the worst for wear. No leaves on it at all. Hardly. Ahead here is a house with a big yard. It looks like a fairly big house, and you can see a pretty big side yard there. Pretty big house. And once we turn the corner to the left, you will see how long this house is. Make sure nobody's coming this way. See, it's a fairly long house. Here's a guy that must have went to the University of Connecticut, UConn. And there's a little cul-de-sac up ahead here where we will circle around the cul-de-sac. And then I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute and we will resume in a few minutes. This is a wooded area here. We do have Florida panthers, bears, wild hogs, rattlesnakes, coral snakes, water moccasins. So I would not go walking in there very readily. There's a golf course, one of the greens. I'll turn around again here just for a second and we can take a look at these woods and see what they look like. God only knows what's in there, but even though I'm an adventuresome soul, I would not walk through there. How you doing? That's something that when you first move here, you don't realize that you think they're expecting rain with a clear blue sky. But that's the way you keep the sun off you and keep the skin cancer off you. So you walk around with an umbrella. I use Skin Block myself, although I have had skin cancer 3 times. Luckily, none very serious, just basal cell. They got a tarp on their roof too. Look at that. And that's the ride for today. Thank you. Thank you for riding along.